What's up and welcome back? I'm John Stark, MovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and I have been doing this like a one recap a week. I think everybody else finished Cobra Kai, but I like to let it sit and enjoy it. I only have one episode left after this. It's Cobra Kai, season 6, episode 14. We're going to talk about it. It's the penultimate episode of the series, and a lot of stuff covered. Man, they tied up a lot of loose ends here to leave it open for what seems to be an epic finale, an epic showdown. So this feels so much like the series finale that I would almost say 14 and 15 feel like they're parts 1 and 2 of a finale, because a lot of the stuff that you would want to see resolved in this finale are resolved. The audio description is excellent, by the way. There are a couple fight scenes here that are just superb. But wow, this covered a lot. Not so much with some of the side characters. I mean, yeah, it mentions some of them and they're there and they come and they help, like Miguel train. But it kind of starts off with Daniel and Johnny kind of making it official, their friendship, making it official. So Daniel actually goes back to the old Cobra Kai dojo that Johnny rented for the first time before Kreese ruined it, and he's re-rented the space for Johnny, and he's like, "Here are the keys. It's your dojo. You deserve this." And Johnny's like, "What? Really? Like, I thought you..." And like, it shows how far Johnny's come as a character, and his relationship to Daniel, and Daniel sort of having this Zen mentality and being like, he's not that bad of a guy. They were manipulated by shitty adults as kids. He feels like way more of a douchebag if you just go watch the original Karate Kid movie. It's hard to like say he's not an asshole in that because he is. He's such a douche. But he's grown up and he's learned the lessons, and we've learned more about him as a person. So he's got his dojo. He's now the sensei again for Cobra Kai. And he's got 2 champions to train in Miguel and Tori, who, he's like, "Miguel, you were my first student. Tori, you were..." I can't remember what he tells Tori, like, but she's something. And Tori, you're a fighter. you fought every step of the way. They train, everybody comes in and helps them and brings them stuff, and they bring in a pitching machine from a baseball for them to dodge baseballs, I guess. And so Miguel and Tori, after they train, end up going to the Sekai Taikai, where Silver tells his goon, "We must win." Okay, so the first fight is Tori versus... I can't be bothered to learn her name. We never thought these guys were going to win. I don't think... If you thought the other dojo was going to win, what world did you... What a depressing ending to Cobra Kai. These characters were always introduced to lose. They were supposed to just be like angry enough so that you could hate them as villains. So this girl gets her ass beat by Tori. Admittedly, she starts by winning. She scores like the first 5 points, and then Tori goes over to the... They have a break, and then Tori goes to her side, and she gets a pep talk from Johnny at first, but then Robbie comes over and he's like, "Tori, I love you." And then they kiss, because it like basically makes Tori feel like, because she's fighting the girl got inside her head about Robbie. And so they fight, and Tori kicks her ass and wins, and is the female champion for Sekai Taikai. I wonder if she inherited all of her followers too. That would be great. But then we move to the next fight, which are the dudes. Miguel versus... I don't know what this dude's name is. I try to remember. I don't know. Hawk. No, it's not Hawk. It's something. It's like 4 letters. It's not Wolf either, because that's his coach. He's got some name. So, the kid that killed the other kid at the end of at the end of the part B of season 6. So and has already broken Robbie's leg. So Miguel is like, but he's ready. He's ready to fight. And this is what I've been waiting for the whole time. Every time they keep trying to choose somebody else, I'm like, this is Miguel's story. He was the first student. He started the Cobra Kai dojo. Why is it not finishing with him? He is the Karate Kid right now. And since there's a female side of it, I'm really happy that Tori won it. I mean, I was more into her story than I was Sam's. And there aren't enough women here. Like, where's Devin? I don't even know where she is. And then there was that poor girl that was introduced. What's her name? Aisha? She was in like the first 2 seasons, then they abandoned her as a character. So, yeah, not really enough female characters to care about anybody other than Tori. So, Miguel comes into this, and they're pretty evenly matched. Miguel's getting in some hits, he's getting in some blows. He has a lot of ground to make up so the dojo can win as a dojo. It seems weird to me that the dojo would lose, but also both fighters would win. Anyway, but he's got to make up points in this fight. Meanwhile, Wolf actually tells the bad guy, Silver's fighter, to go for Miguel's spine. And exploit the spine injury, which the kid is like, this is where he's like, no, I'm not good for that. He's like, I'm here to fight. I should be able to win this without cheating. So he tries to, but Miguel beats him anyway. And luckily the other kid doesn't try to break Miguel's spine. But it was a tough fight. I mean, they seemed much more evenly matched than Tori, who just wails on the other girl for the whole second half of the fight. So Miguel ends up winning and scores enough points so that they're tied. And what happens in a tie? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the sensei's have to fight now. So Johnny now has to fight Wolf. That's what has to happen. And Silver tries to get into Daniel's head and says something about this really sucked to have to watch his dojo win after everything, after all your Miyagi-Do. And Daniel's like, not really. I'm good. I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually rented the facility for him, so this is a pointless conversation you're having right now. So yeah, it didn't really focus a lot on downstream characters too much. This was very much leading towards the characters who were set to win. And Johnny turns to Daniel and he asks him one important question. Will you marry me? No. Will you be my sensei? Which is Daniel's like, yes. I mean, secretly inside, he's crying, but he can't cry on the outside. So he's got internal tears. He's like, oh my God, did he just ask me to be his sensei? How far have we come as a couple, as a bromance? So I guess in the final episode, Daniel's going to train Johnny before Johnny has to fight Wolf. But before we do that, first of all, we have 2 extraneous characters that we have to get rid of. Well, really a third, but nobody was really worried about the other guy. Nobody was thinking about whatever happened to what's-his-face. So we cut out to Silver on his yacht, and he's plotting with... I literally forgot who this guy was. It's one of his minion. One of his goons. And he's like, go kidnap Johnny's family. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But then I guess somehow they're out on the ocean and they didn't notice that Kreese was on board, and Silver doesn't have any other staff on board with him on this yacht. And it's just 2 dudes out on a yacht. And somehow Kreese was hiding. So Kreese kicks the other guy's ass and knocks him out real fast. And then you're like, but you don't see it. You just see the guy tumble down some stairs. And then Silver's like, what was that? And he goes over there and at the top of the stairs is Kreese smoking a cigar. And I'm like, this dude does karate. while getting lung cancer at the same time. This is pretty impressive. This is a great moment. And by the way, that cigar is really, really important to the scene. Not only does he use it, does he fling it into Silver to burn him, but he's going to use it to blow up the boat, basically. So at some point, I don't know, there's an open gas container just on the boat that they knock over. I was like, why is there an open gas container on this boat? So they, in their fighting, they knock this canister over, so it leaks gas all over. And so while Silver is busy almost defeating Kreese, Kreese grabs his cigar and throws it in the gas, which blows up the entire boat. It doesn't just set it on fire. Nope, boat explodes. So presumably Silver and Kreese are dead. We'll find out, but they were just on a boat explosion. So probably those two, and then the other guy who was knocked unconscious just died in an explosion. So we have no more bad guys except Wolf, who's going to fight Johnny in the finale. I kind of didn't think Kreese was going to make it. He seemed to be on this redemption journey. And I guess the last thing he could do would be to take Silver out on his way out, which kind of makes sense. And there was Chosen's whole prediction about, like, people dying along the way. Well, that just happened, you know? So the reading that he got, they're like, one, maybe two people. Well, there's two people, actually three, but who's counting the third guy? So, yeah. Are Kreese and Silver really dead? For good? We'll find out. There's only one episode left, and I don't see a need for them to appear, but maybe Kreese shows up, not Silver, and he's sitting in the back, like, watching Johnny and being proud of him, being like, yeah, kick some ass, man. Do it. Do what you were always born to do. I don't know. But, I would be surprised if Johnny lost. What a weird ending to the series. I don't know. But Cobra Kai never dies. So I love this episode. It gave me exactly what I wanted. Sometimes, like, the thing about being a fanboy is I'm a fan. Service me. It's okay. Give me exactly what I want. And I've wanted Miguel to win at the end of this whole thing the whole time. And Tori to win. I got exactly what I wanted. I'm very happy. I'm giving this episode an A, because it did everything I've been wanting it to. And now there's one more episode left, and it's something I wasn't expecting, which was the fact that Johnny's going to have to fight. Which is entertaining and interesting, and I'm here for it. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side.